Welcome. My name is Lorea, and I would like to answer a question that I often hear, and it is that how do I know that I can trust this Sophia Code stuff? That what is in this book is pure, that this is not some cult or some new religion that's going to force me or do something that I really don't want. How do I know that? With any channeled material or any other book for the matter that you read, any piece of news that you hear, if you would like to know if this is something to keep paying attention to or not, I suggest you go and just pay attention to how you feel. Does this make me feel good when I hear this? Does this make my body feel tense or tighten up? Or does it make me feel, relief? Or does it feel like, oh, yeah, there is something to this? When you read content, does it sound like this is from the wisest person I have ever heard? Does it feel liberating? Does it give you choice? Does it give you permission to decide for yourself? Or is it saying, you must believe this? You must follow my teachings. This is how you must do it. Or does it go, here's a suggestion. See for yourself. Is what is being said honoring you, respecting you in your free will, in your timing? Does it respect that you may have a question or that you may not always agree? If these sort of criteria are met, it's okay to keep reading. Now, of course, we need to differentiate between, am I just being triggered? And then I go and sit inside of myself and I check, I've got stuff coming up. It's not really the book. It's not really what the other person's saying. And then I later reconsider that same sentence again when I have had a chance to clear my own stuff. So always, always, always use discernment about what you are reading, what you are hearing. When we hear someone say, oh, this is channeled stuff, if there is any of that sort of a tone, if there is a righteousness about it, if the person is trying to make themselves really important or trying to convince you that they're right or you must listen, if they take offense, they're warning signs. If you ask a critical question and they cannot allow you to ask a critical question in a polite manner, obviously, then you might want to keep your safety barriers in place. Sometimes we just need to differentiate also between the person and the message. And what I would also like to add is there are many people who have the gift of channeling. And just because we have the gift of channeling does not mean we are channeling a pure message, that this is coming from a place that respects your divine sovereignty, your free will. It does not mean just because it's channeled that it is coming from the highest levels. There are people who know how to channel, but the rest of their belief systems or their lives are not in alignment yet with the highest truth. So what that then can mean is the beings or the energies that they can access for channeling, they may not be very pure. So what we must understand is if we simplify the system, there are different planes of existence, different levels of awareness within each of those planes of existence. And generally, people, when they channel beings from the fifth plane. The fifth plane is where a lot of masters live, where certain gods live, where ascended masters live, angels. That's kind of like their realm. And there are thousands and thousands and thousands of levels of awareness within that. And the higher up we go, again, we're just having a model here to try to describe something that we can understand with our capabilities that we've got with this body. So the higher we go in these levels of awareness, the purer the messages are, the more personal baggage has been released. So when we're talking to a being on the lower fifth plane, they're pretty much where a lot of us are at too. They just are not sitting in a body at the moment. So their messages that they may convey to us, they may not speak in favor of your freedom. They might make you feel fearful. They might instill doom and gloom scenarios and make you believe something horrible's around the corner. Well, even if something horrible were around the corner, if you speak to a very, very pure being, or even better, if you go and talk to Creator of all that there is, to Source Sophia, the way the message will be presented, that there is a problem around the corner, will sound very, very differently. So instead of, oh, the world will end and you have to go and get preparations and you have to hunk down and whatever it might be, it will go, dear soul, dear friend, you might be a little challenged. It might be a little bit of a challenging thing that's coming up. And you will be okay. And then if you have a question of what you need to do, it will calmly answer you in a collected, kind manner that never instills fear. So if you say, are we in for a catastrophe? You might get the answer, yes, you could experience a bit of unsettling times. It is also dependent on what you are able to receive, what sort of an answer, obviously. And even if we're hearing, oh, it might be a little unsettling, but you will be okay, then still just always use your discernment. Is this the way the kindest, most loving being would speak to you? The most enlightened person, how would they talk to you? So, back to the question, can the Sophia Code be trusted? Can these ascended masters be trusted? Are they really of a pure source? I had those questions too when I started reading the Sophia Code. I was keeping a very close eye on things. How are these things phrased? Do I have contracts installed that I didn't give permission to? Does it bind me in some way? Does it have any effect that is not respecting my freedom? So I kept looking and looking and looking, and finally I felt safe to accept what was being offered more and more, each little time a little bit more, and then I could understand a little bit better what was being offered, and I could accept the gifts and the blessings coming my way. So if your mind is a little critical right now, then it's okay. Listen to your mind. It's okay. It wants to keep you safe. So have the mind's information and then go inside and check. How do I feel? And then by bringing those two together, the mind that is critically observing, making sure that you're safe and that what you're hearing is not some fantasy story of a person who has mental illness, and you listen to your inner truth, those two together, they will help you discern whether something is worthwhile listening to, or if it's better to just put whatever you have been reading down and grab a different book, or what nuggets out of that are good, and where maybe something else has come in that you'll just disregard for right now. That's okay. You always just take that out of things that work for you at that time, that serve you on your journey, that help you gain greater clarity, greater understanding, greater truth. If you are interested in going deeper with the Sophia Code and learning more about it and getting a little support in a safe environment where you know your freedom and your sovereignty are respected and honored, where you're supported in a safe manner in your personal growth, in letting go in those areas where you might be a little over controlling, where you have possibly struggled a little bit to, oh, okay, I can really trust my feelings, I can really listen to them, then I invite you to come along on a Sophia Circle journey with me. They start regularly. I hold them in English, in French, in combinations of English and French, or German with Italian. So there are many options, different formats. There are intensives. There are those that take place every week or every fortnight, so that there is an option and time zone that suits you, so that you can come along and experience the gifts that these particular ascended masters that we got to know in the Sophia Code wish to share with us. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Once you have gone to my website, it's www.lifemasteryjourneys.com, or after you've sent me a message, we can talk, we can share. And till then, may you be blessed. Thank you.